At the heart of the University of Santo Tomas, a vibrant mosaic of faiths and cultures thrive, where unity is not just an ideal but a living reality shaped by respect, understanding, and shared growth. Assalamu alaikum, Tigers. I am Hannah Lorraine Patia, and welcome to a new edition of Culture Shock. Though a Catholic university, UST boasts quite a diverse student body when it comes to religion. Today, we highlight one of the biggest religious belief systems here in the Philippines, and that is Islam. Let's talk about how Muslim students go about navigating their daily Thomasian lives in this oh so Catholic campus with our guests Rasheed, Alpad, and Sharella, Anadi. Hello, guests.
Hi.
Hi. So say hi to everybody.
Hello.
So good day, everybody. So actually, I'm very interested to know and ask how Muslims say greetings to each other. So can you teach me some of your interesting sayings?
Ayan, so aside from saying Assalamu alaikum, which actually means peace be upon you if I'm not mistaken, we say Inshallah as well, and literally translated to if God's wills it. So if parang may mga gusto ka or parang may mga wish ka, you can say Inshallah.
Like you're manifesting it.
Yes, ganun.
About
One,
you, Kuya?
one thing that we could also say is Alhamdulillah, which means thank you Allah or thank you God. Kasi if dumating na yung blessing sa'yo, like yung hinihiling mo dun sa Inshallah, you thank God as well kasi dumating na yung blessing na hinihintay mo.
Now that we have acquainted each other with each other, I must ask, what drew you to applying to UST despite the difference in religion?
So ako kasi, I've been in a Catholic university or parang since kinder, nasa Catholic school na ako. So it's really not much of a difference nung nag-apply ako sa UST. And parang well-acquainted na rin talaga ako with Catholic school. Although I must say na there's really a difference between the schools na pinasukan ko. Kasi from Dominican, nag-RVM ako and then back to Dominican school. Pero all in all, there's really wala naman talagang difference with how you get the education kasi at the end of the day it's not just like yung education naman talaga yung habol, but it's just a very addition talaga yung how you are welcomed in the community despite having difference in religion. So ayun lang sa akin.
How about you, Kuya?
For me naman, since galing naman ako from non-sectarian school to here, what drew me to UST, syempre yung course and yung quality of education. So, parang given na kasi siya kahit na Catholic university siya. And di ko rin naman in-expect na pagdating ko dito sa university, na-welcome pa rin naman ako. So, that came into factor na, okay, pagdating din ng college, still dito pa rin ako nagstay sa UST.
So, given that background, parehas po ba kayo from senior high dito na talaga kayo sa UST or ngayong college?
Actually, ngayon lang akong college na pumunta ng Manila, but I'm originally from Zamboanga City. So, sa Zamboanga ako nag-high school. So, it's really like a very huge leap na mag-Manila ako for
New world.
college. Like, a whole new world siya. So, not just the environment, not just the school, pero like everything is really new and different to me.
How about you, Kuya?
Well, for me dito naman ako sa Manila talaga nag-grow and tsaka yung high school, yung senior high school ko specifically, dito na ako sa UST nag-start. So, well accustomed na ako sa culture ng UST pagdating ng college. So, it wasn't really hard to adjust na naman. And yung adjustments na lang talaga is more of the on-site since galing sa online. So, ayan.
So given that since senior high school ka pa dito, Kuya, sa'yo ko nasisumalin yung tanong na are there any spaces in UST where you feel your traditions and beliefs as Muslim Thomasians are highlighted and valued?
Just last year, parang I was being contacted by a fellow Muslim here sa UST and she was approaching me saying na parang magkakaroon daw ng masjid, which is basically parang a small chapel in our religion here in UST sa may Tanyan Key. So, she approached me kung gusto daw bang gawa ng renovation yun, as part, kumbaga tatanungin niya lang ako as part of survey nun, then parang ibibigay nila kay SecGen, ganun. Then, thankfully, nagawa nila ng paraan yung space na yun for Tanyan Key and yun na yung pwede kami magdasal, especially now in the Ramadan season.
Sa akin, same lang din kasi I think nung freshie ako, I was asking kung saang area pwede ako magdasal kasi parang wala talagang space where I can pray. And then, one of my blockmates, I think, na nasa like Tanyan Key yung org nila, like he told me na may designated area daw sa Tanyanki na pwede kami magdasal doon. And I think that's also related sa sinabi ni Bash kanina na like designated area for us to pray. Ayan.
Okay. Given that background, how are you utilizing it now? Is it already established yung space na yon, or is it under renovation?
Mabilis yung parang hindi naman siya like big renovation, parang ginawan lang siyang mas okay for Muslims to use or utilize. And with that naman, parang it will come into play, especially in our Ramadan season, na we have to find a space to practice our religion, yung prayers namin, para magawa namin yung prayers namin on time. So I think that will be a good space and a good move from UST to help people from our religion. Yan.
So, given that, aside from your cultural traditions and organizations, we also know that you're actually a volunteer that we are with here in Tiger Media Network. So, we'd like to ask how being part of various Thomasian communities helped you expand your own language of culture and religion.
Ayan, so actually nung nasa UST ako, I was quite hesitant kasi sabi ko, hala, wala akong kilala masyado na parang Muslim din. Tapos nagulat ako when I volunteered sa TMN. Sabi ko, may nakita ako na fellow Muslim din. So tapos, yung isa sa kanila was actually from Zamboanga din. So parang, somehow, mafe-feel mo na may makaka-relate ka sa kanila. So it's really a great like sense of inclusivity within the network na parang may ganon tayo na volunteers. We're so inclusive with other religion as well. And ayun, and mafe-feel mo rin talaga na very accommodating yung buong TMN sa amin. So it's really, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah. How about you, Kuya?
When I found out na Muslim pala si Ella, dun ko na
Tatawa pa tayo, parang hindi natin alam yun.
nung una kasi hindi ko alam, but when I found out about it, parang okay, so parang meron talagang people like you here in the network na parang you share the same beliefs, religion, tradition. So
You're not alone.
parang it was not hard to navigate yung community here sa network. So malaking part si Ella din na na-meet pa namin si Kuya Mudrik. So I think we have a picture na maraming tatlo.
Kami.
So sobrang saya ng moment na yun kasi parang okay, may similarities kami na kami lang talaga nakakaintindi.
So, ano yung mga similarities na yun? Gusto nyo bang i-expound? Ano yung mga similarities that you get to share with each other?
More on lang, yung we're only somehow kami yung kukonting Muslims dito sa Tiger Media Network. So, somehow parang gets namin yung in terms of the food that we should eat. So, ayun, the small details naman.
Traditions that
Yes.
you also adhere to. So, what about your fellow Thomasians? Like, do you think that they are or we are inclusive enough and accepting, or are there things that we as a student body should still improve on pagdating sa community?
Ako, I think kasi one of the greatest things na naramdaman ko while here in UST ay sobrang very inclusive, and parang alam mo yung iniisip ka talaga ng mga blockmates mo, ng mga kaibigan mo. Like whenever we eat outside, they're always saying na, ay wag tayo dyan, walang makakain si Ella dyan, ay wag tayo dyan kasi hindi pwede sa kanya yan. So parang they're always thinking kung ano yung saan ka pwede, saan ka hindi pwede. And then like,
Tayo kakain?
yes. And then last year, like during Ramadan din, tinatanong nila ako, anong hindi ko pwedeng gawin kapag Ramadan? Ano yung hindi ko pwedeng sabihin sa'yo? Ano yung bawal sa'yo? And then, parang they respect it. So, hindi nila ginagawa yun. Or sasabihin nila sa akin, ay, sorry, hindi pala pwede. Sorry, hindi ko sinasadya. So, it's really important na they're actually trying to learn din on how to be respectful sa, hindi lang sa akin, but sa religion din talaga namin, as well as our beliefs and our practices. So, ayun.
Yeah, I think being sensitive talaga yung first step among all of it.
Yes.
And I think potential episode yun sa saan tayo kakain. So, let's go at Ella. Anyway, how about you, Kuya?
The fact that they still considered it, I think okay na sa amin yun kasi parang pati na rin yung profs namin sa theology, parang sobrang considerate nila sa amin. Sobrang iniisip din nila kung paano if some assessments na kailangan gawin is focus on, kunwari, there was a assessment back then na sinagutan ko, parang kailangan mag-research ko or mamili ka ng saint, and we're not really well versed about it. Perhaps you could also see a figure in your religion na lang as answer to that assessment.
Actually, meron ding ibang times na sa theology, since required din naman talagang ititake siya, binibigyan ako ng different assessments ng mga
Oh, that's
professors kasi sabi niya na parang hindi siya applicable sa'yo and like that's us being considerate and sensitive din with your religion. So, nagkakaroon ako ng ibang assessment from my blockmates and parang na-appreciate ko siya ng sobra kasi hindi ako well-versed sa saints, sa ibang prayer. So, parang thank you po. So,
Thank you
ganon.
so much. Yes. I think super important na ayun nga, aside from being sensitive, aside from being inclusive, na talagang kilala na yung university natin, I think it's really important na maging flexible din talaga. And I think that's a plus for our educational system. So, yeah. So, aside from all of those things, can you share some Islam teachings that you think every Thomasian, everyone, regardless of the beliefs, should learn?
So, sa akin, siguro it's one of the 5 pillars of Islam. It's called zakat. So, it's like giving alms. Especially ngayong Ramadan. Parang ano siya, it's like you giving either food, gamit, or even just yung the act of charity and the act of giving sa mga nangangailangan or even to your friends. That's actually one of the greatest things that you can do kahit hindi siya Ramadan, like even on your daily life. So, we actually live by it na dapat you observe charity and giving to other people as well.
How about you, Kuya?
For me naman yung sabar, which is SABR, that's how it's spelled. Parang
Tatawa si ate. De, joke.
kasi it's a concept na it's hard to really grasp even kahit hindi ka Muslim. Kasi it means patience. So it's very important, especially now sa Ramadan, na we're not just restraining ourselves from food and water from sunrise to sundown. Hindi rin kami pwede magalit.
During Ramadan.
Yes, di rin kami pwedeng magalit or chumismis, ganun. So, we're restrained to do those things, and ang hirap specifically yung sa galit or yung mairita ka lang sa paligid mo kasi especially with no food and water, talagang mabilis kang mairita sa paligid mo. So,
In our nature as humans.
yes. So, parang you have to really practice the patience, and yun yung nai-instill din sa amin sa household, yung ganong belief na whatever happens, patience talaga. Whether it be naiinis ka sa nangyayari sa paligid mo or you're waiting something na gusto mo na mangyari pero hindi pa rin nangyayari. So,
Thank you, Ella and Bash, for answering my questions and, of course, sharing your insights. I know every Thomasian watching will be happy to know that Culture Shock doesn't end here. We will be back with Ella and Bash after the short break. Welcome back, Thomasians. We're still here with Ella and Bash, and I know what you're thinking. It's time to play Cultured or Shocked. So for the mechanics of this game, it's super easy. You put up the board with the word cultured if you agree with the statement and shocked if otherwise. And after that, you have to briefly explain your answer. Briefly explain your answer. So are you ready?
Ready,
Yes.
ready.
Ready. So, okay, let's head on to the first question. Spending time in a Catholic university destabilizes my faith and identity. What do you think about that? Shocked. So what do you think, Ate Ella?
I think it doesn't really destabilizes your faith kasi for me it doesn't really do much. Kasi yung faith mo, hindi siya na pre-predict nung kung saang educational institution ka nag-aaral.
And the environment.
Yeah, but actually it's very personal. So, ayun.
It's how you live by it. And now let's head on to the second question. So studying at UST has helped me bridge out the religions outside of just Islam and Catholicism. What do you think about that? Cultured. Kuya, what do you think?
for me, ang laking bagay nung natututunan mo yung religions ng iba and as well yung culture nila. Since for me, nung natutunan ko yung Christianity rin yung origins nun, ang dami palang a lot in common with Islam. So, it also helped me understand yung religion namin since ang daming ang similarities within the religion. And parang nakatanggal din siya ng barrier from our religion na parang, okay, we're still the same at the end of the day. Ayan.
Yeah. And may kita din natin, gaya ng sinabi mo kanina, your peers get to know more about you while you also get to know more about them. So, let's head on to the third question. There are still misconceptions held against Islam inside the university. What do you think about that? Cultured. Ate.
For me, it's really cultured pero I won't really label it as misconception. More like, kailangan lang talaga na you bring light into it. Kasi hindi naman sa may maling idea sila. More like hindi pa talaga nila na-explore yung ganong concept. So, we should just like give more information, explain sa kanila ano yung dapat, ano yung hindi, and ano yung kailangan nilang malaman. So, yun yun. But actually, for me, it's really going well. Kasi it's really good na nag-share ka na din ng information sa kanila about your religion. So, yun.
And willing to learn din yung
Actually,
tao sa
sobra.
paligid mo. So, kasi it's a way of learning you about you as well. So, let's head on to the fourth question. The UST administration has made efforts to enrich all religions inside the campus. What do you think about that? Cultured. So, Kuya, what do you think?
Like my answer kanina about dun sa pagbuo ng masjid or parang small chapel namin. It's a small step but it could be a huge thing for us already. And marami pang pwedeng gawin pero it's already a good start for the university in promoting inclusivity for religion. And yun.
I think we can all agree with that, especially Ate Ella. And last question, UST is an inclusive space for learning, inclusive in terms of identities. What do you think about that? Cultured or shocked?
Ayan, so very cultured doon kasi aside nga sa mga na-share namin sa inyo kanina na we're actually given other assessments or very sensitive ng mga professors namin when it comes to asking us if okay lang ba siya sa religion namin. Especially for me kasi pag may mga like prayer leaders sa mga room, so like everyone's asking, are you allowed? Okay lang ba sa inyo yung ganito, ganyan?
Natawa
So
si
like,
Kuya para relate.
diba? So
Relate.
tinatanong ako nung prof, okay lang ba? Tapos pag sasabi mo, hindi po kasi pwede ganun. So parang they find other ways na parang, sige, pag hindi pwede, okay lang ganito, okay lang ganyan. Tapos, aside from that, parang they're actually trying to learn you and your religion as well. So they're asking you, paano naging ganito, paano naging ganyan. And then, pag parang may mga topic na nai-include yung Islam talaga, parang, tapos nalalaman nila na may Muslim students, parang they're really trying to learn more. Tapos tatanungan nila, ay, ganito pala yung nangyari, ganito, ganyan. So it's really a great and inclusive space for learning as well.
You want to add anything to that, Kuya?
On my end naman parang I think I remember one time kaya ako natawa sa sinabi ni Ella kasi parang there was a time na nahihiya ako mag-pray kasi parang it was my turn for the prayer leader.
Yeah.
Sabi ko nahihiya po parang syempre the religion ta sabi nila nagdadasal ka rin naman so why not magdasal ka rin in front. Tas sabi ko okay so parang
Ano yung prayer na ginawa mo?
well I tried to adjust it pa rin sa setting namin na I tried to make it understandable pa rin sa classmates ko. In a sense na parang personal prayer na lang siya.
Mm.
So, ayun.
Well, the language that you used, was it?
It was still English na lang. Para at least alam pa rin ng lahat yung sinasabi ko. Ganun.
Actually, I had experience before, very, very quick lang na kwento. I had experience before na one of my classmates was also Muslim and ang ginawa niyang prayer is actually yung prayer niyo and then right after, dun niya na lang explain. So, baka magka-experience kayo yan soon. But anyway, and that concludes Cultured or Shocked. Thank you so much, Ella and Bash, for spending time with me and exploring your identities here on Culture Shock. I am sure that Thomasians greatly appreciate the bridge between us and all of the peers na nabanggit ninyo. To everyone who tuned in to today's episode of Culture Shock, thank you so much. Keep updated with what's upcoming by following our Facebook page, UST Tiger TV. Also help us grow by following our X, Instagram, and TikTok page at UST Tiger TV. This episode shows us that no matter our religion, race, or background, education is a bridge that unites us, providing that respect and understanding will always be stronger than what sets us apart. In the halls of UST, diversity isn't just welcome, it thrives. I am Hannah Lorene Patia, your host for this show that embraces change and new experiences. This is Culture Shock.